How are you doing? This is David W. Williams, also known as Diamond Dave, the founder of the highest paid part-time job in the Real Options Trading Academy. Let's get right into it. So why am I bearish on Coinbase and Doordash stock? So let's go into Doordash. What I'm seeing with Doordash is I believe that the cost of fuel is just going to keep going up. The cost of fuel in a lot of parts of the United States is really, really high. I got gas the other day. It was like over $4 and I'm in Texas, right? So you would assume gas would be cheap here, but it's not. I heard on the West Coast, gas is like $8, $9. I know that's going to be adjusted for the income. However, that's relatively high. I don't understand how a gig operator in that particular space can continue to do that particular job. And, you know, earlier these was marketed as a way to get empowerment and freedom and things of that nature. But I just think operating cost as a driver in those spaces is going to start to become what we call diminishing returns. To where it really costs more to do the job than what you're getting out of it, or the margins become so thin, you're going to see maybe drivers go into other areas. That's not going to factor in the fact that the last 2 quarters, DoorDash's operating margin is starting to contract. It's costing them more money to make the money that they're currently making. I just don't understand, based on their model where a person has to volunteer and they have to essentially finance all their operations with the hope that they can create a margin off their deliveries, how that works as long as gas continues to keep going up. Looking at Coinbase, one of the things Coinbase talked about, they've already got it down for the year. And one of the things they talked about is the fact that they're not getting as many transactions, which is how they generate their revenue, than they were in the past, which is really last year. They're going to supposedly be adding on more verticals. However, until that happens, they pretty much just make their money on transaction fees for trading people that are trading crypto. And we've seen that the crypto market is not what it was now than what it was last year. So I think their margins and their revenues are going to be kind of challenged throughout the course of this year. I think we're getting ready to go into a dip on crypto. We're going to kind of plateau to get ready to kind of bounce into a higher level. But this is going to happen in crypto. Crypto ran really hard last year because of the economy, because of a lot of liquidity. We're getting ready to pull a lot of that liquidity out of the economy. And therefore, I think it's going to impact what people will perceive as riskier assets like crypto, because people just aren't going to have the same amount of money in their pocket that they had previously. Therefore, those are the 2 reasons why I'm bearish on both of those particular companies. It doesn't mean you should be bearish on it. It's just giving you some insight on how I'm looking at those particular companies. If you pursue those companies from a bearish standpoint, you could lose 100% of your money. That's a guarantee. If you short sell them, you could lose greater than your original investment. So you need to know that. So what I would encourage you to do is just take what I'm talking about in this particular video and use that as a way to start trying to formulate your own analysis on companies, as opposed to trying to piggyback off what I did. And then you don't really understand the scenario, and then you end up in it and you can't figure out what went wrong. If you got any questions, hit me up in the comments. David W. Williams. Talk to you later.